Hi, it's Julieanne Case from the Reconnective Highway. And a number of people have asked me if I could explain what's happened with some of the clients who've come to see me. So I gathered up my notes, and I do take notes afterwards because it's impossible to remember everything that happens when you have a session. And I ask the people to share whatever has happened for them. And I can't remember it all, of course. But there are certain ones that do stick with me. I mean, some of them have been so incredible that I can't forget them. But one that I'm going to share with you this time, it was a young woman who came, and she kept saying afterwards, really interesting, really interesting. She kept repeating that. Now, while I was watching her, I didn't see too much. If I look at my notes, I remember she was sitting there, or laying there, and I felt like she was holding really tight. She had her hands really close, and I thought, oh, she's not relaxing. She's not willing to just let go. But I let that go because it's not up to me, like I said. So, afterwards, she says that she had a very busy, chatty mind, and everything was getting deflected. She couldn't seem to hold on to any of the thoughts, and that was unusual for her. And she kept getting a buzzing sensation in her knees, or a tingling, and in her lower back, on the top of her nose, and on her hips. And she's been having pain in her lower back, and she felt that it was coagulating into a baseball. Then she said at one point she felt this shiver or tingle. She wasn't sure how to describe it, but she felt it coming up her feet and coming up her legs and going into her back, and it exploded out. And then she also said that she felt like she had a flashlight coming into the left side of her head, and she also felt it was coming into the crown of her head. And she actually said to me, when you were over here, I felt a flashlight coming from your hand. And she says, when you were back here, and I thought, if I was there, because I move around the room a lot, and I also know that I get some assistance. So that was very interesting. Obviously, I don't have flashlights in my hand, but she also said that there was an external shiver from the left to the right, and she also felt a heat go through her she felt a wave of heat pass through her once, and she felt very buoyant. She felt like her hands were in a different position. She was so relaxed and felt parts of her body disappear. I saw her eyes flutter and some swallowing, and she felt like she was floating. So that's one of the things. I will share with some other things that happen, and with some other patients. It varies. And some patients hardly have any kind of thing and feel like they really didn't have anything. So it's extremely interesting, and I can't predict what will happen. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. Thank you for listening. It's Julieanne Case from the Reconnective Highway. Good night.